Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to another episode of the Minecraft Survival Let's Play. So I put a lot of hours into the previous episode when I was collecting all of the new items from 1.20, like all of these armor trims right here, and then all of the pottery shards and all of the other stuff. And I actually keep calling them pottery shards. I think they're actually called pottery shards, but I'm just going to keep calling them pottery shards anyway. But yeah, I did put a lot of time into the previous episode, and I just wanted to do a bit more of a chilled episode today where I don't do as much. And I thought a project that could be fun to work on is a map art project, so I think that's what I'm going to do today. It's not actually the first one that I've got on this world. I've got this one over here near the farming district. And for anyone who doesn't know, I get suggestions of just pretty much anyone who's got a suggestion. And each person gets an 8x8 square, and then I build that suggestion in the square. So this is what I've got so far. I've been working on this for like 18 months now. I just do it whenever I feel like it. But yeah, each different suggestion is a different square. You might recognise quite a few of these tiles here. So this is the first map art project. It's not going to be finished for quite a while. But today I want to do another one, and I just want to have one big picture on the map. So it's not going to be a bunch of different ones. So it's just going to be one big picture on the map, and I'm going to use it as a decoration around the base. So if I am going to do a map art project, I need to find somewhere to do it. And luckily for me, I actually managed to find the perfect place right here. So this was actually already flattened out, and it was a perfect 128 by 128 area, which is exactly what I needed. So obviously that is only a joke. I did actually spend a couple of hours clearing this area out before I started recording this episode. And some people might be wondering why I spent the time to clear this area out instead of just building it above the ocean or something like that. And the reason for that is just because I think it's going to look better when I'm done. And I'm going to add other map art things around here as well. So I didn't really want to do it over the ocean. I'd prefer to do it this way. So this is the area that I decided to build it in. And it was actually relatively flat before I started. And then there's quite a lot of flat area around as well. There's quite a few hills over this side that I'd probably have to remove when I start doing more map art around here. But I do want to dedicate this area just to different map art projects, so I'm probably going to have quite a few of them over time. And it's kind of funny that I destroyed a village over here, and now the villagers don't know where to go, so they just keep stealing my bed. But anyway, I don't actually want to waste any more time here, so I'm just going to get started on this straight away, and we'll see how long it takes everyone to guess what picture I'm actually making. So I'm sure that most of you guessed that quite quickly, but for those who didn't guess, this is my skin. So if I look like this and I take my helmet off, you can see it's just my skin, and it is actually animated, so I decided to use the blue eyes that you can see there. There's like 4 or 5 different types of eyes. I just wanted to keep it simple for my first map art project. I didn't want to put too much like details into it, so I thought doing my skin would be like the perfect start. For anyone who's wondering why there is prismarine in the corners, my skin's actually made out of diamonds. You can kind of see it there. And in the bottom corners of my face, the diamond just kind of pokes through the mask a little bit. And I don't have 8 stacks of diamond blocks just laying around to use in a map art project, so I just use some prismarine here. It looks extremely similar on the map, you can't really tell the difference. And this is how it looks on the actual map here. So I was kind of expecting this to take a lot longer. It really didn't take that long to complete this. Although I did run out of black wool. I kind of underestimated how much black wool it would take. So I completely run out, and then I had to go get some more white wool, and I dyed it with some ink. So yeah, I did manage to get enough black wool to complete it, but I've pretty much got no more black wool left now, so I need to go stay AFK near the sheep farm. But yeah, this is the first map art that I've ever completed in survival Minecraft, or Minecraft in general. And as I mentioned, I do want to make this area into my map art area. So I'm going to flatten out a lot of the land around here. I'm going to have a load more map art projects, and I've also got an interesting idea for something I'm going to do over there, which I'll probably get onto in the next few episodes. Now comes the hard part of trying to figure out where I should put this thing. So originally I wanted to put it up here, but I'm not really sure how that's going to look. So that's definitely one option for where it could go. I'm sure there's some other places in here I could probably put it as well. But I think I do want to put it in the main storage room just because this is the room that I use the most. So if it's in here, I'm always going to see it. And if I'm going to put it in here, the best place is probably like up here somewhere. And we'll see how this looks as I walk through the door. So I come in here. It kind of gets blocked off by the lanterns. I don't really want to remove these though. So I think I'll just keep it there for now. I can see it from like most places in the storage room. I probably will move it eventually. If anyone's got any other ideas for places I could put it, just let me know down in the comments. So I either want it out here in the storage room or in here in the bedroom. So those are like the two options. Just if anyone's got any better ideas, just let me know. But anyway, that's actually all I wanted to do in today's episode, but it didn't take anywhere near as long as I thought it would. So I've still got a little bit more time to record. And what I'm going to do is try to collect the other items that I couldn't collect in the last episode. So for anyone who didn't see that episode, I spent some time just flying around and exploring the world. And I tried to collect one of every single item that got added in the 1.20 update. And I managed to collect pretty much all of them, but there was one pottery shard that I just couldn't find. I'm pretty sure it's found in the trail ruins. Then there was also a piglin head, which I just didn't get around to doing. So that's going to be like a little bit of a challenge to get one. So yeah, those are the two items I want to try and get before I end today's episode. So I guess we'll start off with the pottery shard. That's going to be the easier one to get. So I was just flying over to a trail ruins that I managed to find in the last episode. And my witch farm is just here. But I managed to find something a little bit strange just over here. So it kind of looks like a village tried to generate over in this area. But for some reason the village just didn't generate, but a tiny little bit of one of the roofs did. So it just looks really weird, like there's no other sign of a village around here. But there's just a tiny little bit of a roof trim. So yeah, that's just a little bit of interesting world generation. I don't really know when it generated here because I've definitely loaded these chunks in before. But this is just kind of what happens when you update the world a few times. You start getting like little random bits of generation like this. But anyway, I did manage to find the trail ruin. So I found this in the last episode. I just wrote the coordinates down. And I'm just going to quickly brush away this and see what we get. So that's going to be a purple or magenta stained glass. And this one is going to be... So I didn't actually mean to completely take the item out there. So this one here is going to be some magenta stained glass. So what I'm going to do is just break around it a little bit. And I've seen someone do this trick where you can put cobwebs underneath it. And then you can actually collect the item. So I'm going to have to break down a couple more blocks here. So I think like this should be fine. So I can put 3 cobwebs here. And then if I break this block, it should go down. And I think the suspicious gravel is kind of inside the gravel block. But I've seen people do this, and after a little while, the suspicious gravel actually just like drops as a item. So you can't actually get this in survival Minecraft usually, like you're not supposed to, but if you do this, apparently the item does drop. So it's going to take another like few seconds here. So it actually looks like it broke. Like I think this one up here is just a regular gravel. The suspicious gravel seems to have broken. So yeah, I only got the regular gravel there. So I think that trick only works on Java Edition, which I guess is kind of a good thing because if it worked on Bedrock, I would have to collect a full stack of suspicious gravel and suspicious sand. And that's not really something I'd look forward to doing. So I've uncovered pretty much all of the ruin here. And I kept all of the suspicious gravel that's got pottery shards inside. So I just brushed it away a little bit. You can see the pottery shard. If it wasn't one of them, then I just broke it. Or I did actually find a few of these smithing templates as well. But I don't really bother like brushing it all away if it's just going to be a junk item. But I kept all of the ones with the pottery shards, and I think there's probably like 7 or 8 of them overall. So we'll do these on camera and we'll see if we can get the one that's called Danger. So I'm pretty sure I got this one in the last episode, which is Sheath. And there's a few over here. So this one in the corner, we'll brush this away, and this one is Howl. So that's another one that I got in the last episode. And then the one just here is Burn, again another one I got in the last episode. I don't know why I keep getting like duplicates, and the last one I don't have is so rare. I thought there was like the same chance on all of the different pottery shards. I think that might actually be the one that I don't have yet. So this one is, yeah, so this one's Danger. It looks like a creeper, which is kind of cool. So yeah, that's the one I didn't have, so that's all 20 of the pottery shards now. So I'll just quickly uncover all of the rest and see what I can get. So that's the Burn one, or whatever it was called. And then that's actually the Danger one, so a duplicate one of these as well. And then I think this one here was the last one. And that's like the Broken Heart. I forget what they're all called. Heartbreak. So I managed to get 9 pottery shards and 5 smithing templates from 1 trailer ruin, which isn't too bad, but if I need 64 of each pottery shard, it's going to take quite a while to get all of them. Okay, back to the base. I've added Danger to the other pottery shards. So there's only the piglin skull which I need to collect now, and I'm going to get that in a second. And these are all of the duplicate pottery shards that I've got so far. So there's only one that I don't have a duplicate of, and I don't know which one it is. But I do have duplicates of 19 of them. But anyway, heading down into the checklist room, I've decided that I want to add at least 1 item to the checklist, or check 1 item off the checklist every episode from now until like episode 100. Because there is some items in here, I've already got them in my storage room, I've just not checked them off the checklist yet. So the one that I want to do today is in the food chest. I've got 1 egg here, obviously eggs stack up to 16. So adding 15 more, that's a full stack of eggs. I do have a farm for those, I've just not checked them off for some reason. So that's the item that I've decided to do today. But anyway, moving on, I've set up a little contraption over here, and I'm going to try to get a piglin skull. So this would have been easier if I could bring the piglins from the nether into the overworld, and then blow them up with a charge creeper in the overworld. But of course if you do that, they change into zombified piglins, so you can't actually do it that way. So instead, I'm just going to send the charge creeper into the nether. And I set up a little contraption here where I trap the creeper up there, I give it a name tag, then I drop it down. This is a similar thing to what I used for the mob head farm that I built a couple of episodes ago. So there is a lightning rod right there, and when it rains, if you throw a trident at this, it's supposed to like strike it with lightning and then change the creeper into a charge creeper. But for some reason it wasn't working, and I just had to throw the trident from up above instead. So I'm not really sure what the problem was there, but I think I'm ready to send this thing to the nether. So if I put a minecart there and then press this button, it should get pushed over into the minecart. Like that. Then I should be safe here, and then I can press this button here. And now I need to try and break the minecart. I didn't really think of a way to do this. So I should just be able to stand here and then break it, and then the creeper will go through. So just like that. But now I can't go through this portal. I'm going to have to go back to my main nether hub and go through that portal instead. And this is what I've got going on the other side of the portal. So this is only a temporary setup. I'm probably going to use it a few times and then end up destroying it all. The wither skeleton farm's actually just over here, I think. So you can see that I've been digging out a perimeter up here, and then I've dug out some more down here. The wither farm's right there. So it's actually pretty close by. But anyway, the creeper came through the portal and it's dropped down onto the rails. So I just need the minecart now. I think that came through the portal as well, so it's right here. And then I've already got a piglin down here, and it's name tagged so it didn't despawn. So I'm going to get it in the minecart, it'll come through here and then land on this bit of dirt here. So we'll power this, it should pick up the creeper, take it over there. And then I should be safe if I go over here now. So I can break the minecart, break the rail, and break the dirt. I'll try break that rail as well. So now I need to light the creeper and then quickly break the dirt. And I'm just going to double check, make sure the piglin is definitely down there. So I should just be able to light it, break the dirt. It blew up. And I get the piglin head. So I only got one this time, but I could have like 10, 15 or 20 piglins in here, and I'd get a head for each one of them. But I just wanted to get one, just make sure it works. Next time I use it, I'll get plenty more of them in here. And like I said, this is only a temporary setup. I'll make a much better one eventually. But this is just kind of something I threw together just to get this one head here. But anyway, that is all of the items that got added in the 1.20 update. So I've got at least one of every single one now. I'll just make sure this creeper doesn't sneak up behind. So all of the armor templates, all of the pottery shards, all of the bamboo and cherry items, and then all of the other miscellaneous items that got added. So I decided to go ahead and add all of the new items to the checklist over here. And I actually forgot to name this sign. But I've added all of the new items over to these chests. So over here is the bamboo and cherry wood items. Over on this side we have the pottery shards and then some of the random items as well. And then in this chest I put all the armor templates because they are pretty rare. You need 7 diamonds to duplicate each one of these. So it's going to be quite expensive, so I decided they go in the rare chest. And then there's also some that I just added to existing chests, like the music disc went into the music one. And then a few of the plant items went into this one here. So yeah, I've added all of the new items to the checklist. But I've decided I need to just kind of redo all of this room. Like when I first created this world, it was in 1.16. And these are all of the chests that I had here. And then these two at the end. But every time there's a new update, I need to add some more chests and like just shove some items in here. And it's kind of hard to organize them. I want to try and keep all of the similar items together. So an example is that I've got all of the wood items over here. So oak, dark oak, spruce, birch, jungle and acacia wood all over here. But since making a checklist, there's been 3 new wood types that have been added. So there is the cherry wood, of course, and then the bamboo, we're counting that as a wood type here. And then the mangrove, which was in 1.19. So these wood items are just kind of shoved all over the place over here, instead of being with the other wood items that are down here. So at some point I really do want to go through all of the items and just reorganize it all, and just make sure that all of these similar items are next to each other. Okay, so I decided to come back to the nether, and this time I've trapped about 15 piglins in here. So I've got another charge creeper ready, and I'm just going to blow all of these up and we'll see how many I can get this time. So if I break the minecart, break the rail, break this, so all I need to do now is ignite it and then break the dirt, then it drops down and it should have killed all of them, and each one of them dropped a head. So if I pick all of these up, I did get 15 overall, exactly 15. And now I've got more of these, I can put some around the base just as little decorations. So I want to put some in here where the nether portal room is. You can see that I've got a few wither skeleton skulls around. So I just placed a couple of the piglin heads as well. So maybe one there, and then one over here somewhere like this. So I think 2 of these in here is good. And then if I come up to the storage room, I've got this little utility room here with all the workstations. And you can see that I've got all the other skulls around here. So I think maybe I'll just put one of these like here or something. I don't think that'll affect the enchantment table. And I actually don't even use the enchantment table anyway. So yeah, I'm going to put one there and then maybe one more over in the bedroom. Just because again, I've got all of the other mobs in here. So zombie, wither skeleton, skeleton and then the creeper. So we'll see if we can find somewhere to put the piglin head. So I think I could probably put it up here on these trapdoors. So I'll just have it here facing towards the bed. And I'll see how that looks from down below. So I think it'd actually look better if it was like there facing towards the door. So I'll do that instead. I'm happy with that. It's only a small little change. But we don't really have too many smaller blocks in Minecraft Bedrock. So of course we've got the mob skulls and then we've got plant pots. We've got candles added not that long ago. But we really don't have too many compared to Java Edition that can get the micro block mod and stuff like that. So any little small detail like that I can add, I'm always happy with. But I've actually run out of time to record for today. It's probably going to be a little bit of a shorter episode, but all I really wanted to do was do this map art here. And I managed to complete that. I did a few other things, and I've just run out of time, so I hope everyone enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.